And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the next episode of AetherX Livestream. It's great to be with you all here again today. We have some really great announcements today. It's got a noisy truck, hang on. Noisy trucks coming by. We got some really great announcements today as well too with AetherX, basically including the discount that is available, or 20% discount that is store-wide. But before we get into everything, we're just going to go ahead and start off with some announcements. Sorry about that, guys. I was going on a tangent here and you guys weren't even hearing me. My apologies, guys. Let me go back from the beginning here. So let me go back to the... I hate that when that happens. I forget to unmute the microphone. Okay, let's go back to the beginning here when I was talking about with this website, with AetherX. Okay, so this is AetherX.co. And I basically was mentioning how to get seniors discount, students discount, military discount, first responders discount, disadvantage discount. Okay, so we just scroll all the way down to the bottom. We go past the testimonials. Okay, and then we just come right here to where it says students and veterans discount. Okay, and we're just going to click on get 20% off. Okay, we go to this page here. Pages/exclusive discounts. Okay, so you'll see ones for military, first responders, students, seniors, and disadvantaged. Okay, so basically we just want to click on one of these buttons. So let's say, for example, we'll click on seniors. Got big trucks rolling by today. Jeez. So senior verification. So you could basically sign up on Facebook. You could sign up on Google+. You could also have, again, your email, or you could just sign up for your email or password, and you would log in. And then you would basically just place your ID on the website, and then you would get a verification notice. After you're verified, you would get a one-time discount code to apply during checkout. Okay, so for future purchases, return to this page and repeat step 1. And you can limit the one code every 24 hours. So if you have your first one, then you can always come back again 24 hours later, and you can always apply for a second one. Okay. So this is all done through Verify Pass. Right? So again, it's very simple to use, and this is what I would recommend. If any of these apply to you, then feel free to take advantage of the exclusive discounts, and you can use these discounts at any time. Okay, you don't have to wait for a certain time. For everybody else, you do have to wait for a certain time. Okay, regarding the 20% discounts, just like the one we have today with the end of May 20. Okay, but again, if any of these categories apply to you, take advantage of them. And again, you'll find that on the bottom of the home page of AetherX.co. Okay, so glad you guys are hearing me now. Thank you for the heads up about that. Okay, so let's go back to the other screen here. So as I was saying, here is the promo code end of May 20, 20% off store-wide, valid until May 23rd. So basically, I was talking about, before I didn't know that my microphone was off, I was talking about the healing code cards, or the AetherX card decks. Okay, so right now the energy deck is available. Okay, so that is available right now. I'm going to be fulfilling orders for people who have ordered the energy deck this week, but the body deck and the mind deck are still not here yet. Okay, basically the energy deck was able to come through first, so it got here a couple of weeks earlier than expected, and the mind and the body decks are still taking a little bit more time. Okay, hopefully they should be here before the very end of May. If not, it will be early June. Okay, so I'm just basically waiting on them. I'm kind of twiddling my thumbs, waiting for them to get back to me to find out when the body and mind decks are coming. Once I know, then everybody else will know. But basically, they have arrived overseas through a freight carrier, through a cargo ship, and it's in the port of Los Angeles right now, and it's basically just in a waiting queue to get the customs taken care of, and then they start making their way towards me. So they will let me know once it passes port, and then they will let me know when it's coming, and then once I know, you guys will know as well too. Okay, so just hold in there. If you guys have already ordered the mind deck and the body deck, they are coming. Again, it might just take a couple of weeks before they're here. All right. So, looking into some of the new products we have on AetherX, which I'll go back to the website again. Okay, this is the brand new AetherX items here, called the AetherX Transmuters. So we have canvas tote bags, we have the Transmuter backpack, we have the Transmuter duffel bag. All right, so let's take a look at the backpack here for a second. Okay, so what the backpack and the duffel bag and the tote bag will do is they are natural transmuters for everything that's inside the bag. So the AetherX codes are contained inside this symbol right here, and that affects everything upon the bag and everything inside the bag. Okay, and what it does is it functions as a preserver technology. which means if you have some food, if you have some drinks, even if you have some clothes, it's working to actually preserve the life force within everything that's contained inside the bag. Okay? It also neutralizes bacteria. It neutralizes any toxins within the bag as well too. Okay? It also helps to protect you from any extreme low frequencies, electromagnetic frequencies, and any other forms of toxicities or dirty electricity that you may get in the environment. Okay? So this is more of an environmental form of technology. But it also works to preserve the life force in food. So if you have like some apples, or if you have done some grocery shopping, and you're putting that in the backpack or the duffel bag or the tote bag, and what it's doing is it's actually tapping into the life force of the food, and it's going to preserve it. Okay? So even if you kept the food in your backpack for days, which I normally wouldn't recommend, but nonetheless, it's going to work to preserve the food. Okay? The life force energy is basically tapping into the source center of the food or drinks in question, and basically working to extend the preservation of their life force. Okay? That's the very amazing thing about the AetherX Transmuter. So this is the brand new technology that's available right now, that's kind of on the threshold of me moving into more of the environmental technology, which I'm currently developing right now. So again, this is the backpack, and again, you'll also find the duffel bag, and you'll also find the tote bags. Okay? So canvas tote bags right here, and of course the duffel bag right here, right? So this is something tremendously beneficial, right? Especially if you're shopping. A lot of stores now want you to bring your own bag, and this is the perfect type of bag to bring, right? If you're going to the gym and you just had a really intense workout and you're putting your smelly gym clothes in the bag, and it's going to help to preserve those gym clothes. It's going to help to eliminate bacteria within those gym clothes as well too. Okay, so that's the helpful thing with the AetherX transmuters. So again, you can check that out. Now another announcement I have is that I'm currently developing what's known as the AetherX Safeguards technology. Okay, now this is going to come in a couple of different forms. They're basically going to come together in like posters, like what you see behind me here. They're also going to come together as magnets. Right? So what you can do is you'll be able to put these around the house, and it will basically preserve the entire house. You can put this around electrical sockets, and it will basically neutralize any particular form of harm from dirty electricity coming upon you. Okay? So what that means is that even if you have an EMF detector, you're still going to detect EMFs in the air, but those EMFs are going to be rendered harmless to you. So what the AetherX technology is doing is it's not basically trying to terminate the electromagnetic frequencies itself. What it's doing is it's functioning as its own carrier wave, and it's basically eliminating anything that would be detrimental and harmful to living beings, to human beings, to plants, to animals. Okay? That's basically what the new safeguard technology is going to be doing, that I'm currently developing right now. Another part of the safeguard technology is actually using magnets, and basically just having a label upon the magnet and placing it on a fuel tank for your vehicle, or even placing it upon the areas where there is a lot of electromagnetic discharge with electric vehicles. Okay? Electric vehicles basically have a reputation of having a lot more emissions than gas vehicles. Okay? Electric vehicles are notorious for that. So basically what the AetherX technology is doing is that you would get a magnet and you would place it as close to car batteries as possible. You can even just put it on your dashboard, for example. Put it anywhere where there's a metallic stick, okay, for the magnet. And what that does is that helps to neutralize all the harmful effects of the EMF, right? It's not canceling out the EMF itself, but it's going into the EMF and it's eliminating everything that represents harmful waves, harmful emissions. It's canceling that out altogether. And for those of you who are intuitively sensitive, you will go into your car and you'll notice that there's a difference. Okay? This also works together with gas-powered vehicles, because again, we still have electrical systems inside the gas-powered vehicles, right? And they too radiate harmful emissions as well too. So you would take a magnet, if you put it on your vehicle, there's stickers that will be available as well too. So you can either put a sticker or a magnet on the vehicle, either like on the dashboard or glove compartment or anything of that nature, and that terminates any harmful EMFs and ELFs through the vehicle itself, all the emissions, are basically being transmuted and turned into something that's actually quite beneficial. When that actually gets transmuted into something beneficial, it's almost like turning into a type of nature energy. That nature energy is then harnessed to basically harmonize the entire vehicle. So the entire inside of the vehicle is now being transmuted. Okay? So this is what's called the AetherX Safeguard technology. Right? Hopefully you guys are following me. Once I get these prototypes done, I'll be writing some articles about it. I'm going to be doing a blog post later today as well too about this new exciting technology, giving you guys more of an idea about how it's going to work. But basically, we would just have magnets, and we would put them on fuel tanks. We would put them close to the batteries of electric vehicles. And for gas-powered cars, basically all the harmful emissions from the gasoline would be transmuted. So again, there'd still be gasoline, but everything representing the harsh waves, the harsh emissions, the harsh material contained inside the gasoline would be rendered harmless. Okay? So that's exactly what I'm doing right now, creating this new safeguard technology through magnets, through stickers, through posters. Okay? And there's also the brand new technology that's in the works. And I'll give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek right there. What you see right there is a 3D printer. Okay? So through that 3D printer, I'm going to be creating what's known as the AetherX 3D arrays. Okay? And they are basically another type of safeguard technology, but they're even more than that. They're basically the torus bed, they are the prana bed, okay? They are the activators, they are the environmental healers as well too. Basically the 3D arrays that are going to be coming are an all-in-one, okay? So we're looking at something that will bring about personal healing and environmental healing together. And those are going to be called the AetherX 3D arrays. So the 3D arrays will be coming in 3 different shapes. Number 1, a hexahedron or a cube. Number 2, a dodecahedron. Okay, that's where you would see the pentagonal faces and creating a dodecahedron. Okay, I would like you guys to look that up on YouTube if you don't know what a dodecahedron is. Okay, so you basically pronounce it as dodecahedron, which is spelled D-O-D-E-C-A-H-E-D-R-O-N, dodecahedron. Okay, it's a platonic solid. That too has a certain variation of vibration that will be available to help heal the home and heal yourselves. The third one is a pyramid. Okay, so we have a cube, a dodecahedron, and a pyramid, which I'll be creating. Now it's going to take me a bit of time to create them because I'm going to be printing out quite a lot of them first before I start selling them. But basically what they do is the codes that are going to be contained inside them will be beneficial for your own personal healing. They don't even need to be anywhere near your body, right? You can put them on a counter. You can put them on a tabletop, and they will radiate the energy out. And while you're just basically sitting in their proximity of radiation, you're going to move into deeper states of healing. Right? They do not need to be applied to the body whatsoever. And they're also going to be working to clear the entire environment. Now I'd say if you have a good sized house, maybe that has 2 floors, then you may want to look into getting maybe about 2 of these. Right? 1 for each floor. But basically the intention here is to radiate it out as far and wide as possible. And the living prana contained inside the home is the power source for the 3D arrays altogether. So again, we'll have a cube, a dodecahedron, and a pyramid. Okay, so those are the 3 options that you can use. Each of them are different shapes, and they have different characteristics to them as well too. They will all generally do the same job. They will work with healing the body, and they will work with healing your space. But based on their geometry in that sense, there are some that may have, again, a wider range. Okay, a cube would have a pretty good range as well too. The dodecahedron, I think, would probably have about the greatest range. Okay, so basically this is why I'm using them in certain forms of geometries based upon the range that they can expand the energy out. But I'm certainly going to be pushing them to the max to ensure that the energy they radiate is as far and wide as possible, as I'll be doing some organic testing with them as well too. So basically they will be 3D printed. There'll be 3D printed arrays that you'll be able to buy through AetherX. And again, like I said, it will have a lot of the healing technology, very similar to the torus bed and to the prana bed and to the activators and to pretty much everything that represents the body healing technology. And it will also have the safeguard technology as well too for the environment. So that's going to be really exciting. Once that comes out, I'm hoping to see if I can get something ready maybe by July or August relating to the 3D arrays. Okay, but first and foremost, the safeguard technology is going to be coming out, and that's with the magnets, that's with the stickers, that's with the posters, and that is purely environmental healing. Okay? It's going to be extremely sensational, attaching this to vehicles and just watching how people are actually feeling a lot better just going inside their vehicle and not being bombarded by electromagnetic waves, EMFs, harmful frequencies altogether. All of that will be canceled out. It'll be great as well too to have this on the fuel tank of your vehicle so that you're not spewing all of those gasoline emissions, exhaust emissions throughout the entire environment. Okay, you'll be able to place these safeguard AetherX technologies as well too around your yard, outside as well too, and that will also help to sanitize the air, purify the air. Okay, that's the intention that I'm setting here. So a lot of exciting things coming down the pipe when it comes to AetherX technology. All right, so those are the new breakthroughs. Those are the new technologies that are in the works right now. So I'll have more updates for you guys as we continue onwards. All right, so we're going to go to Q&A right now to see if you guys have any questions as the last part of our broadcast today. So let me just go up to the top here. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. All right, so this one here is from Catalin. Catalin says, with this new technology have an effect on geopathic stress, EMS, and other negative energies? Will it clear them or will it transmute them into health positive energies? Well, basically what it's doing is it's doing both, Catalin. All right. So basically whatever you find in the air, this can be the idea of harsh toxins, this can be the result of allergens and all that, right? Those allergens in that sense will still be in the air, but they're going to be rendered harmless. Okay, that's basically what we're doing. We're not destroying anything with AetherX technology, right? AetherX technology is not about destruction. Okay, what AetherX technology is doing is it's taking everything that is detrimental to life and transmuting it. Okay, even within your body, right? There's a lot of toxins, there's a lot of poisons, there's a lot of harmful contents contained in your body through the air that we breathe, through the water that we drink, through the food that we eat. Now, what we're not trying to destroy anything in the body altogether. What we're basically looking to do is transmute. We're basically looking to transform that energy so that it is rendered harmless, so that that energy can now be utilized in more of a beneficial way to helping and healing your body. But we're not really destroying anything, okay? And so the same thing goes with environmental technology. It's like I said, if you have an EMF detector and you're looking at EMFs and okay, yeah, there's still electromagnetic waves. Yes, there are, because we're not destroying those waves. What we're doing is we're transmuting all of the harmful emissions contained inside those waves and flipping them around. So basically that if they're moving into a horizontal detrimental wave, or a vertical detrimental wave, we're turning them into a horizontal beneficial wave, okay? And we basically harness that beneficial wave, and now we can use it for environmental healing, and now we can use it for body healing as well too, okay? So it's true that we're basically going to neutralize the effects of harmful waves, harmful emissions that are found in the environment, okay? That's all we're doing. The EMFs are not going away, okay? But what all of the detrimental qualities of that particular wave is being transmuted. It's being transmuted into something much more beneficial, much more healthier, and then we're tapping into that particular wave that's now been transmuted that can help with your environment and can help with healing yourself. Okay? That's what AetherX is all about, my friends. Okay, we're not here to destroy anything. We're not here to wreak destruction or anything of that nature. We're not here to kill anything. We're not here to destroy anything. It's not about that. Okay? It's all about taking all of these harmful things, turning them around, making them beneficial, and then being able to work with them, harness them, and being able to bring beneficial healing to yourself, to your family, to your animal companions, to your plants, and to the environment as well too. That's the entire nature of AetherX. All right? So Calvin, hope that answers your question. Calvin also says, how about various types of entities that might inhabit a space? Will it have any effect? Well, again, you have to remember that where entities are inhabiting a space, it's usually where there's detrimental energies, okay? So again, all we're doing is we're putting these particular instruments through AetherX in your space so that we're basically cleaning the space. We're giving it a fresh energy, okay? Where there's fresh energy and there's no more decay, there's no more lack, there's no more detrimental energy, such presences won't be there, okay? Because it's all being cleaned. It's all being refreshed. So same thing with you. When you're starting to clean up your body and you're being refreshed, you're clearing away all this decay, you're clearing away all this toxicity, you're clearing away all this harmfulness that is placed upon yourself. When you're looking at entity attachments basically have to feed off lower energies. Okay? Our goal here in AetherX is to bring you up into higher energies. Okay? So when you're in higher energies, there's nothing in regards to quote-unquote bottom feeders that are going to be able to feed off you anymore, because nothing's in decay. Those particular entities basically feed off things that are detrimental, that are in decay. When your body is moving much more into a higher alignment, getting healthier because you're using AetherX technology, because even you're just doing your own inner work as well too, which is very important, right? It's like I've always said, when you're using the AetherX technology, this is an addition to your healing journey, okay? This is not a replacement. AetherX technology is a training wheel. That's what it is. When you guys have the bed kits, when you guys have the shirts, the caps, the accessories, the ether mat, all these other different things, these are training wheels. What they're trying to teach you is that if I can basically turn my health around just by using very simple material objects, that's bringing my inner power outwards, well then I have the capability to harness that energy myself and make myself better in every way. What I'm basically teaching you and proving to you guys is your inner power that's existing. And that the outer material items that AetherX is being the training ground, the training wheels to helping you, okay? The healing code cards are being training wheels to helping you realize that all we're doing is we're just tapping into our body's natural life force energy. We're tapping into everything that represents that pure energetic goodness of ourselves, and we're bringing it out. We're demonstrating it. We're distributing it throughout the entire body. So from head to toe, you're being completely replenished. You're seeing how your emotional situations are being resolved just by working with something like the healing code cards, the AetherX card decks, with the Taurus bed, with the Prana bed, and so forth. Okay? If you can see that simple beds and simple cards can do that for you, what does that tell you about the power that's within you? I can now learn how to command this energy, because that's all Brad's been doing in regards to this technology. He's just been putting thought commands directly into this technology that's in alignment together with myself, so that my life force energy can become strengthened and I can heal everything about myself. I can heal my body, I can heal the environment. And if this stuff can do that, and what would happen if I was able to really get behind myself and start working and cultivating my energy and working with the power of intention, just like what you guys have been learning through New Earth teachings, right? When you go to the free videos on the playlists, looking at prana transmission technique and looking at release ball method and all of those other free techniques, and you start applying that to yourself. Because if these things can do it to you, imagine what you can do through the pure demonstration of your own energy. That's what I'm trying to show the world. That's what AetherX is all about. It's not to replace your ability to say, oh, well, Brad has all these things with AetherX, so I guess I don't need to do anything. No, quite the contrary. If these items can help to heal you and bring you back into good health, this is an encouragement to telling you, maybe I should spend more time getting to know how my energy system works. Maybe I should spend a little bit more time working on cultivating my prana, working on cultivating my chi, healing myself, restoring myself, letting go of things, releasing, forgiving. And I'm going to bring myself even into greater heights that even the AetherX technology can't touch. Okay? Because it can't. It's basically doing things very much at the surface here, guys. And it's very powerful at the surface. But when you guys realize the true power that you hold from within yourselves, and you're bringing that outwards, AetherX technology can hold a candle to that. Okay? It's only showing you the basics here through training wheels of what each and every single one of you have the capability of doing. And that's healing yourselves completely, right? Moving yourself into the wholeness of being to that which you truly are. Okay? Just something to ponder. Setting aside the custom engravings, could you please describe how the custom pendant works, its capabilities and its effects of the user? Well, the custom engravings are needed. You need those engravings. Basically, we need those codes. Those codes are being placed on the necklace. So let's say, for example, if you have a necklace pendant, right, all the base codes that are in there are very similar to what you would find in the Taurus bed. Okay, it's working with your own inner power. It's working with the divine forces. It's working with your center. Okay, and also I'm putting in the custom codes for people, whatever they require. They may say, okay, I want to bring in more vitality with myself. I want to spend more time just getting energy concentrated on my right knee because my right knee has been bummed quite a bit for quite a few years. Okay, no problem. I want to be able to increase the hippocampus capability to restore more memory within myself. Okay, we can do that too. Okay, it's not about the object, Catalin. Okay, it's not about these objects. What matters is what's inside them. Okay, what matters is what's imbued into them. So the objects themselves are just being vessels. They are just being containers. And they are containing the true essence that is therefore bringing you healing. Okay? All that's inside these are thoughts. Okay? But they're pure thoughts. They're thoughts of pure intention. And it's those powerful, pure intention thoughts that are being amplified through the geometrical patterns, like what you see behind me, that's going to intensify and bring about a greater healing process to you. Okay? But like I said, these are just training wheels, because the AetherX technology is only going to do so much to you, because it's you that's going into the core of your being to bring your inner power outwards, to completely give yourself a clean bill of health. When you start working with your energy, when you start talking to yourself from within, when you start saying, when you start going into the core of your being, you feel it right here, and you say, I want this core of my being just to remedy everything that I'm struggling with. I want it to work together with me and bring my body into a clean bill of health. I want to balance out my emotional and mental bodies, and I want to bring myself into greater states of vitality. Guess what, guys? It's going to happen. But again, we're too caught up in the external world. We're too caught up with distractions. We're too caught up with agendas. And we're not giving ourselves enough time to go within and heal ourselves. You have the power within yourself to basically just heal yourself with everything. You don't need any particular form of medication or anything of that nature if you do not want it, right? But again, it's just a matter of us remembering who we are and remembering our capabilities as infinite beings. That's the important thing. And so AetherX is just being a training wheel to letting you know that if technology that's a material nature can do this to me, imagine what I can do for myself. That's the message of AetherX. All right? Maria here says, with severe COPD, would the Taurus bed in time repair and unblock the bronchial tubes so that the person can eventually breathe comfortably without needing to be on oxygen machine? Yes. Okay. Not just the Taurus bed, but the Prana bed as well. Not just the Prana bed, but the ether mat, the yoga mat as well too. Not just the ether mat, but the shirts that you wear. Not just the shirts that you wear, but the cap that you wear. Not just the cap that you wear, but the pants that you wear. Not just the pants that you wear, but the socks that you wear. Not just the socks that you wear, but the shoes that you wear. Not just the shoes that you wear, but all of the other forms of technologies that are available on AetherX is designed to make your entire body well. Every single one of them, okay? The cards, the clothing, the accessories, the bed kits, the mats, okay? They are all designed, everybody, to making you feel better, okay? The only reason why you guys are not feeling well is because you have neglected yourselves, you've neglected your health. You think that you need some type of external solution to bring yourself into greater states of health. But basically, again, if we start getting distracted and we're eating bad, we're not eating well, right? We're drinking too much, we get addicted, right? We're too upset by the happenings of the world, the happenings within our inner circle, the happenings within our family, within our friends. This all takes a toll on us. Not right away, but over years. Okay? When we look at COPD, Maria, that's not something that happens overnight. That is years and years and years and years of compound stress. That is years and years and years of tension. That is years and years and years of anxiety. That is years and years and years of bad eating. That is years and years and years of bad drinking. That is years and years and years of breathing in toxins into the body. It accumulates itself into multiple variants throughout life. So what the AetherX technology is helping you to do is helping you to recover. But if you're still going into the patterns that are causing jeopardy and detrimental effects into the body, you're constantly bringing yourself back into square one. The AetherX technology is trying to help you, but you're still repeating the same patterns that are causing you harm. So whether it's COPD through yourself or through another, if it's for another, then this is what you have to educate themselves with. So you guys have to make lifestyle changes. You cannot continue to live recklessly. Okay? If we have AetherX technology and our environment is still detrimental, you're going to have a very difficult time healing yourself, even with AetherX technology. Okay? Same thing as if you knew your own inner power and you're working with your inner power, but you're still completely confined to these old detrimental patterns of mentality. You are going to have a very difficult time healing yourself. Guys, you have to make lifestyle changes. Okay? If you want to get better, you need to make sure that you're eating well. You want to make sure that the company that you keep is supportive of you. And if they are not supportive, then these are the things that we need to start working on with ourselves. We have to ask ourselves, why am I bringing in people in my life that are constantly being detrimental to myself? Because I'm detrimental to myself, and they come in. Lifestyle change does not just mean diet, my friends. Okay? It doesn't just mean exercise. It means the company that you keep. It means the space that you keep. It means everything that represents the epitome of your life altogether in totality that needs to move forward into a complementary level of yourself to get well, right? It's like if we're laying in bed and all we're basically doing now is just taking sips of soup that basically are laced with poison, right? You're not going to get better if you keep feeding poison into your system. And I'm not just talking about diet or exercise, right? I'm talking about your entire life foundation circle. If there's poison there, that poison is still going to come into your body, right? So this is, again, what we need to clean up. We need to clean up the poisonous traits of our life. We need to make lifestyle changes. You cannot continue to live recklessly and thinking that you're going to be better. I don't care if you've bought every single AetherX product there is, okay? If you keep feeding yourself poison, you're not going to get better. Okay? This is why you need to change. You need to shift out of your patterns that are telling you, I still have destructive people in my life. I still have destructive diets. I still have destructive tendencies. And I expect to get better even though I have those destructive things. My friends, that is impossible. Okay? Listen to what I'm saying. You cannot have a full bill of health if everything that's happening in your life is still destructive and still detrimental to yourself. That is impossible. Okay? You need to make sure that you are making lifestyle changes on every facet of your life, through the food and the drink that you put into your body, through the exercises that you do for your body to keep it in shape, for your emotional and mental attitudes. So you're not constantly coming home and you're stressed out and say, okay, give me the AetherX blanket. No. That's wrong. You need to make lifestyle changes. And as you're making these lifestyle changes, now you start working with AetherX technology, and it's complementary to yourself because you're complementing the changes of your life. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay? That's what it's all about. That's why AetherX is here. AetherX is here to complement you as an addition to your complementary lifestyle changes. You cannot keep living a destructive life and think that you're going to get better. It's not going to happen. Okay? Everything needs to change. And it needs to start off with me. I have to look into the patterns that I'm bringing out. What kind of people am I bringing into my life? All right? But it's because of how I see myself. The only reason the type of people are in my life is based on how I see myself. And if I see myself down in the dumps, if I see myself with bullies in my life and so forth, well, I'm playing victim consciousness here. Right? I'm constantly being abused. I'm constantly being hurt because I feel I'm a doormat. And I feel I have to win everybody over. And I feel like I'm always going to be rejected if I don't get someone's approval. And I need to work with myself. I need to bring myself into calm, relaxation, and peace so I can let those things go. As I let those things go, when I start working with the AetherX technology, now it's a wonderful compliment to me because now I'm feeling better. And this is why some of you have come to me and said, Brad, I've tried using the AetherX technology and I feel like I'm getting worse. And I would tell them, it's because you're not making lifestyle changes. Your lifestyle is still detrimental. You're still going through stressful, tense-based situations, and that's why it's not working. That's why it's not making work. You're using this as a get-out-of-jail-free card. This is not a get-out-of-jail-free card. Okay? This is a complement to your changes in your lifestyle. Let's please remember that, everybody. Okay? And I don't care what kind of technology you have, even if it's something that's not AetherX. If I'm going to a beautiful, wonderful Qigong healer every single week, and I see the power that they demonstrate, they're able to bring people up and their legs are feeling better and they're able to walk around, and I go to the Qigong healer, I get a wonderful session, I feel amazing, but I have to return every single week to the Qigong healer. Why? Because I'm not making any changes in my life. I'm not doing any form of lifestyle changes. I'm still living my life of hell, and I just go to him or her to get a little bit of relief. Then I got to come back a week later, and I got to get it again. And I feel good. I feel high for about a day or two, and then I'm down in the dumps. Oh, I got to go back and see him again. And then he finally says, why do you come back to see me every week? Oh, because this is my relief. This is what's going to get me high. I said, no, that's not what I'm here to do with you. I want to encourage you to make lifestyle changes. And when you make lifestyle changes, the work that I do on you will be permanent because it's a complement to your lifestyle change. It's not about you coming back here again and again and again and thinking that you're getting relief. Guys, relief is not the answer. You got to get out of that. Okay, that's short-term pleasure, and that's nothing. Really ramp up your complete and total ability to change. Make lifestyle changes that last forever. That's the key here. And that's where AetherX, that's where healing in general can be the greatest thing, because that's what can bring about permanency. Okay? We cannot bring permanency if we're constantly fighting with our own life, fighting with people in it, fighting with our diet, fighting with our exercise, fighting with our mentalities, fighting with our emotions. All of that needs to be brought into peace. And then when you start using something like AetherX, it's going to blow you away because you're willing to change. Okay? I had to share that with you guys because it's extremely important. All right? So, Maria, to your question, COPD, yes, can help. But like I said, lifestyle changes need to come. Start changing your life. Work with the complement of AetherX. You're going to see some big changes happen. Absolutely. Okay? Thank you for your question. Catalin asks, if I get the Taurus bed cover and the Taurus pillowcase, is that enough to form the Taurus bed kit and enjoy its benefits? Or do I have to get the new Taurus blanket to enjoy its full benefits? Guys, you're being too technical here. Okay? As I said, everything pertaining to AetherX works with itself universally in complement. Okay? If I'm in my Taurus bed right now, which means I just have a common fitted bed sheet on my bed, I have a common loose bed sheet on my bed, and the only thing I have is one Taurus bed pillowcase and 1 Taurus bed duvet cover. And if that's all I use, great, that's going to be beneficial. However, I reach over, I grab the energy deck, I open up the energy deck, I start putting cards on me while I'm laying down with the duvet cover and the pillowcase. And I will grab the ether cloth and I'll put that over my face while I'm laying down on the duvet cover and the pillowcase with the energy deck. And I'll go ahead and maybe I'll start putting on a nightshirt, right? An AetherX nightshirt, and I'll put that on while I'm laying down on the duvet cover, on the pillowcase, with the energy deck, with the ether cloth over my eyes. Guys, everything on AetherX is universally compatible together. Okay? It is not about saying I just need to use one thing. No. If it's AetherX, it's universal. So do not feel that all you need to do is just get this 1 or 2 things and that's it. No, get everything. Get the Prana bed kit, right? Use the Prana bed at the same time. Use its loose bed sheet. Use its duvet cover. Use one of its pillowcases. Use its quilt, okay? Alongside the Taurus bed, alongside the energy deck, alongside the ether cloth, alongside your AetherX shirt, okay? These all work together, guys. They're not going to hurt you. Okay, there's not going to be cross-contamination here. I would not make something so foolish. Everything works together universally with AetherX. Okay, so the great benefit is utilizing anything and everything that you can. Yes, the Taurus bed has certain codes in it, very strong codes, but that doesn't mean you can't use other things as well to aid you in the complement of your healing. Okay, so there really is no idea of thinking that only a certain limited amount of something is going to be the benefit. It can be as extensive as you want it to be. You know something is working when it's working together with you. Okay? When somebody else says, oh my goodness, this works so well with me, great, fantastic, that's wonderful. But with you, it's going to be different. Okay? That's one of the amazing things with AetherX. Everybody has had something else healed when they've been using AetherX technology. It's never been the same thing because we're all different. We're all unique people. Okay, so I want you just to take advantage of your uniqueness. And like I said, work with your lifestyle change. And that is going to bring about benefits through the AetherX technology that you work with as well. Okay, so the full benefits of the bed, of the Taurus bed, is even if you just have the duvet cover, it will do its job. Even if you just have a pillowcase, it'll do its job. But don't stop there. Work and mix and match. And that will help as well. Okay. Calvin also says, regarding the ceramic mug charger, how long does it take for the liquids to get infused with the AetherX energy? About 1 to 5 minutes. Okay, so I would say work with 1 minute at least. It also depends in that sense. Now, say for example, if you have the card decks as well, this isn't really relating too much to the chargers, but basically if I have cards here in the energy deck or the mind deck or the body deck, and I have a big water fountain in that way where I'm putting a lot of water in it, and I will tape some of the cards to the water fountain that I have, and I basically would give it about 20 minutes. Okay, I would say the longer that you're able to leave the water charged without drinking it, the better. Okay, I would say maybe put your liquid in the charger in the fridge for about 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, that way you get a nice cold drink if it's hot out. Otherwise, leave it on the counter and leave it alone for about 5 or 10 minutes. You could even leave it alone for 20 minutes. The longer that you leave it alone, the more potent the charge is. Okay, so again, if you give it at least 1 minute, that's great. 1 minute is the minimum, and you can go ahead and drink it. But if you leave it out for longer, you're going to get much more potent charges. Okay, it's the same thing with the healing code cards, with the AetherX card decks. Okay, if you let it sit for longer periods, you're going to get more potent charges. Why? Because water has memory. And if you were able to take an extremely powerful microscope and zoom into the water crystals, you would actually see reciprocation charges and images of what you see on the cards. You would also see reciprocation images inside the memory of the water, zoomed in with a powerful microscope, and you would actually see the geometrical designs being left there from the cards and through the AetherX products itself. That's how amazing water is. Okay, but that's done leaving it there for a significant amount of time. Okay, so what I would suggest is maybe enjoy a drink from the charger and then fill it up again and just leave it out for about 12 hours. Okay, you're getting an incredibly potent charge of that, and it's going to feel amazing, right? Maybe grab a couple of the chargers as well too, and just pour some water into it, pour some liquid in it. If it's coffee, if it's tea, I mean, if it's coffee, you probably want to drink it in a few minutes, right? But basically, if it's water, just being able to put it aside and let it charge for several hours, like 12 hours, okay? And then give it a try. You're going to be amazed at how potent it is, okay? That's something I'd recommend as well. Okay. Yeah, is also saying, please make some food bowls and plates also. We'll see. We'll see, okay? I'll have to see how that goes. I'm basically just introducing certain products at this time right now. Okay, so basically when you're working with the energy deck has a food and drink enhancer in it, okay? And basically all you do is you just put some saran wrap around your food and then just put the card on top, right? That's charging your entire food working with the energy deck, okay? So you can certainly use that in the meantime. Plates and dishes, I'll see, okay? We'll see how things go. I'm basically just debuting certain important products at certain times. And plates are kind of at the bottom of the list right now, okay? Let's go down the list here, but it's not to say it won't happen one day, just not right now. This one's from Maria. Will the metal or tin boxes for the healing cards be available? No, those were just limited editions, my friends, okay? So I just had those for a limited time. I was basically trying them for a limited time. They're very, very expensive. They're very pricey. So if you wanted me to get them again, I'd probably have to charge it quite a bit because they are quite pricey to produce, okay? So if there's enough demand, if a lot of people, if hundreds of people say, Brad, I'd like you to bring the tin boxes back, then I probably would. But I haven't really got enough requests from you guys for me to do that. Okay? So that is pretty pricey getting those things. Michelle says, when increasing the amplification of the ether bed, I assume you mean the prana bed maybe, from 5% to 10%, do we need to increase it by another 5% to get 10%? No. Let me give you guys an example about how you would work with the amplification, okay? So if I point my camera down here, let's say that this sheet here is, if I can get my camera to work here. Okay, let's say that my sheet right here is the prana bed. Okay, now let's say that this circle here that I have represents the flower on the prana bed where you put your hand. Okay, so when you're working with the prana bed, and if I want to increase the amplification, this is exactly what I would say verbatim regarding it. Prana bed, increase amplification by 10%. Apply. Okay? Done. That's all I had to do. Where was it set before? Let's say it was set at 10% now. Okay, now I want to move it up to 15%. So here's what I would do. Prana bed, increase amplification by 15%. Okay? That's all I'm doing. So we're not having to say, oh, okay, go back and scrub out the 10%, and I want to be, no, that's too much information. Keep it simple. Prana bed, increase amplification by 20%. Prana bed, increase amplification by 50%. Prana bed, increase amplification by 75%. Prana bed, increase amplification by 100%. So, do you see how I'm just saying the percentage that I want it to be at? Okay, I'm not being too overly technical, and I'm not being a little too overly stingy about that. Because then that's just you trying to write everything down and find out, where was I before? Was that 10%? Was that 17%? Blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. Okay? Prana bed, increase amplification by 20%. I'm stating the amplification that I want out of the percentage. Some other people come to me and ask me the question, well, Brad, what about if I switch it to healing mode, do I have to cancel out sleep mode at the same time? No, you do not. Because it is only one mode at a time for the prana bed. So let's say right now that the prana bed is at healing mode. Okay, so I activated it yesterday and it's at healing mode. So I put my hand down on it. Prana bed, activate sleep mode. Done. Did you hear me say anything about having to cancel out healing mode? No. Prana bed, activate sleep mode. Done. Okay? If I want to go into concentration mode because I want to work on my right knee is very, very sore, and I want to concentration mode to work on my right knee, I would do the following. Prana bed, activate concentration mode to bring my living prana into my right knee to heal it as best as it can be done. Okay? I'm giving it my instruction, and that's it. Guys, did I have to cancel out healing mode and sleep mode before? No, I did not. Okay? One instruction, and that's it. Simple as simple can be, right? Easy peasy. So that's it. So again, I write these things down, and people basically just get confused by it. And I said, guys, just follow what the instructions tell you, okay? I do not say anything in the instructions about you having to cancel something out beforehand. So why are you assuming that you have to do that? I'm not saying anything in the instructions about you having to remember the percentages of amplification that you need to do. So why are you doing that? Okay? Please don't add things that are not there. So again, when I'm looking to add amplification, I just say prana bed, increase amplification by 20%. If I want 20% on it, I say 20%. If I want 30% on it, I say 30%. If I want minus 50%, because I feel like maybe it's too intense just in its default, and I will say, okay, prana bed, decrease amplification by minus 50%. And I can do that too. That's on the prana bed, that's on the torus bed as well too. All right. So that's basically how it works. So again, please don't overcomplicate anything that's not written there. If it's not written, guys, don't apply it. Just follow what's written in the instructions. All right. Simple as that. Thank you. This one here is from Maheo. Maheo says, hello, Brad. Question. What happens if you fall asleep with green symbol on you? I really don't know what you mean. Oh, I think you mean the non-verbal symbol. Great. If you fall asleep with it on it, that's fine. Guys, it's not going to hurt you. It's your own life force. Your life force is right here. Okay? The solar plexus is known as your life force backup battery. Okay? A lot of our vital life force is up here in our head. Okay? When we go down here into the solar plexus, this is our reserve battery. Okay? When you're working with the prana bed, and when you're working with a lot of the items, including the free trial symbol and the non-verbal symbol, it taps into this. Okay? Now you have to remember that those symbols are living symbols. They are intelligent. Okay? So when you fall asleep, they know when to basically cut down on the flow of the prana. Okay? Because their goal is basically to bring you into a good night's sleep so you can get a rest. Okay? This technology, guys, is never, ever, 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 ever going to hurt you. Okay? It is impossible for it to hurt you. Right? So like I said, when a person is discovering resistance, when they notice that, oh, I went to bed, I put the ether blanket on, I used the prana bed, and I felt like I was going through a lot of pain in the night. It's not that you are going through pain through the prana bed. Okay? It's that you are, again, not willing to make the lifestyle changes that you're doing, and the energy simply can't move through you because you basically feel like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, and you're putting so much resistance upon yourself that the energy isn't allowing itself to move. You're blocking it in. It's like your own subconscious saying, nope, don't move, don't move, don't move. And that's what happens when we don't start making lifestyle changes. It's not the prana bed that's hurting you. It's that your own blockages, your own defense mechanisms are preventing that prana from moving. And that's why it feels like it hurts. It's basically your subconscious that's sabotaging you, causing it to get hurt. Okay? But the prana bed, the torus bed, everything regarding AetherX is never meant to hurt you at all. Okay? So please keep that in mind. This is why, again, when you use AetherX technology, you want to be in the appropriation to change yourself. Okay? The most change that you can bring about yourself is going to bring about the greatest compliment when you're using AetherX technology. All right? So basically, if you fall asleep with the non-verbal symbol on you, great. That's okay. When you wake up, were you hurt at all? I don't think so. So it's completely fine if you fall asleep with it. That's exactly why you're in the torus bed. It's exactly why you're in the prana bed. you're gonna fall asleep with the technology working with you. But it knows when to minimalize everything because you're in a sleep cycle. When you're in a sleep cycle, it's going to minimize its intensity on you because you're going to sleep and it knows you're asleep and it's going to let you sleep. Okay? It's not just going to keep blasting you with intense vibrations. Okay? Some of you who go onto the Prana bed for the very first time feel like you're just getting this intense rush, and believe me, I did too. I went on the Prana bed for the very first time, got amazing rushes, and it felt so good I did not want to leave the bed. It was so beautiful. Okay? Same thing when I tried the Taurus bed for the first time. Felt this incredible rush. I was so comfortable. I felt like I was sleeping on clouds, and I didn't want to move. Now, does it stay like that every single night that you go to sleep? No, because you're now starting to adapt to the energy. Your body is getting used to the flow of prana within yourself, and blockages are already being removed from your body, so it doesn't feel intensity. When you're feeling that intensity, it's because the circuitry of your body is not used to the prana flowing through it. So when you start using it night after night after night after night, the body is now being completely accustomed to all of that prana flowing through the body. It's no longer in a great surprise anymore. The circuitry of your body is being completely rewired. It's being rewired to let all of this natural flow of prana come through your body and giving your body everything that it needs. Okay? But this is not a one-night wonder. You want to use the prana bed for years. Okay? You'll want to use the Taurus bed for years. Okay? It's not something that just, okay, a couple days and that's it. No. Like I said, you're gonna feel some big effects when you're using it for several weeks and you're using it for several months. That's great. But I want you to incorporate this into your life. I want this to be long-standing with you. A couple of years, few years. Okay? And that's where you're really going to feel some changes coming together, because your body has been through pollution-based circumstances for many, 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 many years. Okay? And now you're just starting to get the hang of working with a bed that's helping to completely repair your body that has been damaged since the day that you were born. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years. Right? And you can't expect to get better overnight after one night of using the Prana bed or the Taurus bed or the AetherX card decks or the shirts or the accessories or the ether mat, etc. Okay? It's a long-term devotion, long-term dedication to keep working with the AetherX technology so that you're feeling better more and more over time. Okay? It's a long-term investment, guys. You guys are putting a long-term investment into yourselves by investing in AetherX. This is why I say that even if it does take a bit of time to get to you, to ship to you, please be patient. You're going to have your entire life to work with the AetherX technology. Just take good care of it. Okay? All right. Let's go down the list here. Catherine asks, Brad, is chocolate poison in moderation? I really don't want to say anything in that, okay? I actually like chocolate myself, so I really don't want to say anything, okay? I want you to do your own research on that and discover it for yourself, okay? Look into it and see. Best thing I can share. I'm not here to tell you guys what's poison and what's not, right? Because this is why we have AetherX. What I am telling you is poison is if we don't make changes, okay? We make changes, we listen to our body, and this is why I say I want you to make the decision for yourself. So I want you to dowse. I want you to divinate. I want you to intuit. When your body eats chocolate, how does it feel? And then you get your answer, okay? Because everybody's different, all right? Brittany says, can I program each geographic in the prana bed to a different concentration, or do they all have to do the same? By geographic, I believe you're meaning the components, okay? So you have your 2 pillowcases. Let's take a look at the prana bed, okay? 2 pillowcases, the loose bed sheet, and the duvet cover, and of course the quilt as well too. Now each one of those segments or components, you can certainly program each of them differently. This is why you're having to activate each one. Okay, you can turn them into different modes. I could have healing mode for my pillowcases, and I could have sleep mode for my duvet cover, and I could have sleep mode for my quilt. Or if I go back to my duvet cover, I can put it in concentration mode, because I've done that too. Absolutely. This is why, again, that you're activating them separately. Okay, so you can apply them to different modes if you wish. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here for this broadcast today of AetherX Livestream. So again, reminder, feel free to use the promo code here, end of May 20. I'll have a blog post up by this evening, so you guys can check that out on the website, and I'll be putting that up on the Telegram group. Remember to check us out on Telegram as well, too. If you scroll down to the bottom of the website, let me just go ahead and do that now for you guys. Some people may say, where's the Telegram group on the new website? So I'm scrolling all the way down. Okay, here it is. Telegram support group. Click on it. Okay, that's going to take you to Telegram. Okay, so that is something where you can join the community there. We have a lot of people there that are able to offer you help as well too, because we have a lot of experienced people that have been using AetherX from the very beginning. And if you're confused about certain things and I'm not available, the community can help you out. Okay, so go down to the Telegram group. Make sure you have Telegram downloaded. It's a free app. You can download on your phone, on your tablet, or even on your computer. Okay, and just go ahead and download that. Join our group. Join our free Telegram group. Like I said, it's free. Okay, and you have community members there that are going to help you out because they're quite experienced if I'm not around. All right, check that out. And again, check out the discount codes. And again, if you're in the military, if you're a first responder, if you're a student, if you're a senior, if you're a veteran, if you're disadvantaged, okay, you will be able to get a 20% discount, just as I demonstrated here earlier in the webcast. So take advantage of that as well too. So you can get multiple ones every 24 hours. All right. Thank you, guys. Blessings to you. By what I mean by multiple ones, I mean you get one every 24 hours. So you can have multiple ones after a certain amount of time. All right. Take care, guys. Blessings to you all. And I'll speak to you again in another perspective of the now. Take care, and may it be well with you. Bye for now.